Hey, get a pry bar in one of them wheels. Well guys, here it is. Tuesday morning. We got back from Jonathan W.'s one-day rat rod build. Monday about midnight. We left down there a little bit before 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and we drove straight through. Stopped once for gas. Minivan did pretty well, and today I need to work on this Super Duty here. I want to get this head off the side, see what's going on, but I don't have my grade all down here, or my skid steer to get this truck in. We're having troubles getting it turned. The steering's pretty tight on these things, especially when you're doing it the way we are. So we just stick a pry bar in the wheel and try and roll it while we pry it. It's a pretty tight fit in this garage anyways. 10 pounds of crap in a 5-pound bag. You turn some more? Turn that wheel some more. I don't want to take that engine apart outside and try and cover it and get water, and just on the off chance that we're able to salvage it or something. Pretty close on that trash can there. Come any more? Probably going to come off the forks here in a second. I'm going to drop it and re-grab it, so block that wheel. What the hell that is leaking there. Hook me back up. I'm going to pull back a little bit. Maybe. Hang on a minute. I'm going to come back in. Not sure what's leaking oil here. Hope it ain't my gem of an old beat up tow motor. Just put me on one, Brandon. That'd be alright. I'm going to lift it and try and rotate it back a little bit here. I guess that'll be good enough. This is a non-air tired forklift, so it doesn't do real well outside. You have to be very, very cautious with it. I bought this thing online at auction. I really didn't want it, but it wasn't so cheap. What are you gonna do? That thing's a 2010 Nissan. I don't think I didn't give a lot of money for it, so worthwhile to have around. So today we're gonna start pulling this engine apart, pulling this head off, and see what happens. You guys remember this one has no compression on number 3 cylinder, so we got it inside, and we're gonna grab some stuff and start tearing it apart. Okay guys, we didn't get too far today. I got caught up in other things, and you know, life happens. So this is as far as we got. All the accessories are off, the intake's off. We're ready to take the timing cover off. Probably start that in the morning. Maybe I'll do that here in a little bit, but I gotta go back and do some paperwork, so I'm gonna take this off. This head's just about ready to come off. Like I said, take the timing cover off. I'll get that off. We'll see what it looks like. So I don't know if it'll be today, but we'll see. I'd sure like to get that off. So if I do, I'll get some video of it. We're getting close. All right, guys, we got this fan clutch off, and I know there's a lot of guys out there always looking to find out if these are left-hand thread or right-hand thread. And this is the same from 2005 through, gosh, 2016 on a V10 and a 5.4. They go on just like normal. It's right-hand thread. You just come off just like normal. Turn to the left, it comes off, and there's your shot of your threads. See, if that'll focus, you can see that. When I take them off, I don't use anything special. This is a fan clutch set. It's made by Lyle Tools, and it's Reeboxed for Snap-on, Reeboxed for Matco, and whoever else. I just use it with an air hammer, and man, just a few quick snaps on it. I mean, you can look and see you're not hammering very long, and it knocks it loose. You know, you're not even barely bumping the edges, but it knocks it off. Saves you so much time, you know. This is one of Snap-on's latest air hammers, and I really don't like an air hammer that's so stinking loud, but they have their place, and in this case, that's a time saver, because, man, I've tried, you know, holding the belt and holding the pulley and all the other nonsense, and this is just plain out the simplest. It's the easiest way to do it and the fastest. But I'm gonna take this crossover off next. I'm gonna get this intake, the timing cover. I'm gonna take this off, get the tensioner out of here. The AC compressor's got to come off, because I think one of them bolt, nope, not the AC compressor, it's the power steering. The power steering has a bolt going right into the timing cover, so I'm gonna get that off. Get a couple bolts out of the bottom of the oil pan here, and I'm gonna pop this thing off and hopefully get that head off tonight, so stick around. Alright guys, I got the timing cover off. Surprisingly, all the tensioners look good. The hydraulic tensioners are holding pressure. It actually looks pretty good in here. I don't know if that's going to show up well, but all the guides are in place. This tensioner is in real nice shape. Usually these little things will break through here or down in here and break apart, but it's actually in good shape. So when I take that timing cover off, I leave all the bolts where they belong, because if you pay attention here, look, you got this one, this style, and then there's these here. Then there's another different size here. Alright guys, I took the tensioner, the guide out here, and then the tensioner side is down here. I'm going to leave this on. There's a little gasket behind there. I don't want to take that off. I don't have to. Of course, I'll probably, if I fix this, I'll either not use this head more than likely, or it'll have to get redone. So next we're going to work on these head bolts. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 of them, and I'll start on the outside and, you know, work my way around in a circle. So I'll go here, here, and then I'll come down here and go this way and keep going around in circles till it's off. Should have it off in just a minute, so hang on. These are the head bolts. In today's engines, they're usually all torque to yield, but you get an idea how long that thing is. But these things are worthless. You know, they stretch bolts, so once you take them out, they're, you know, stuff for plugging holes or going to the scrap bin. That's about all they're good for. Alright, so I got the head off, and it's kind of as I suspected. You can see where the valve hit the piston. It didn't break it. You know, like that's just a piece of dirt there. Looks like, can't tell if that's a piece of shrapnel embedded, but it didn't overheat. It just had one cylinder that was not firing. This head gasket off this dowel pin here. Anyways, you can see where the piston hit. Man, that camera shows it up better than it does. Like a piece of something got in there. It looks like something gouged a piston. But anyway, so the valve hit the piston more than once. You can see it hit it out here on this ring, right in here, and it also hit it over here. So it's definitely bent, and it's moved a couple times. So the rest of the cylinders actually look pretty well. Not bad at all. Head gasket out there. I'm surprised. I mean, we might be able to fix this thing. Okay, so looky there. Yeah, that one's running a little lean. That one's doing all right. This is the one that we're having troubles with, and that's the valve that's the one that would have hit. And this one just happens to be open, so I might get away with. Might be able to send this in, have them put a valve in it, check it all out. Might have to deck it or something. It didn't overheat though, but I'd have them check that. And maybe cam and followers. Of course, the correct way to do this is to put, do the same thing to the other side. So I'm not sure. If I use this motor in a project that I think I'm going to use it in, it's not a big deal. But it doesn't matter. There's no way in the world when it's all said and done that I would go this far and not pull that head off and do the same thing. It's just not the way I do stuff. So I'll be taking that one off next. But that's good news. The piston's not broke. So I'll still replace that because it's been hit. It could be a crack that I can't see, but we'll have to check it out really good. But next we'll get this head off. So I'm going to work on that now and get that head off, see what the other side looks like. And I may just pull the pan, clean everything up, look at the bearings. If the crank and rods are good, we're going to put this back together. And this is going to go into something that I have sitting around. Because I have this and the 5R110 and all the wiring, the ECM, everything. Actually, I have all the cab wiring too, so it would make everything work. But anyways, so I'm going to get this off right now, so hang in there. Alright guys, I'm going to show you something. This is the dipstick tube, and the way this is routed, it ends up right between the exhaust manifold. And I want the exhaust manifold off. Actually, I want the head off, and you can't get the head off with the exhaust manifold on with this in here. And these things are notorious. Look how this is rusted. This is a 2013, but you can see how that's rusted. I just barely touched it, broke in half, but I'm not delicate with them. I grab hold of it, I rip it out of there because I'm going to replace it anyways. And it's a lot less work replacing this dipstick tube than it is breaking these off because you're in a hurry and you can't get to the bottom side. So I just rip this thing out, I get the head off, then I work with the bottom side of the exhaust manifold studs, and it's a whole lot easier then, a lot easier to work them, and 9 times out of 10 I can get them all out. They do break occasionally, but if you're able to get to them and they're not already broke, you can usually get them out with a little bit of patience. Let me change that, with a lot of patience. So I'm just ready. I'm going to take the head bolts out of this side and lift it off, so hang on. This is one thing I need to mention, that this balance shaft, you see that here, it has to be timed when this goes back together, so you got to be careful of that. I just thought I'd make mention. This also has to come out because there's a head bolt right here you can't get to. I'm sure you could make something work and niggle it out, but that's alright. I'd rather just take it out. It's okay. So I'll get this off real quick. Okay guys, I got the driver's side head off now. I'm going to make this kind of quick here. Everything looks good. all the cam followers are good. All the valves are good. The combustion chambers look good. They're still crosshatch marks are still in the cylinder wall. So all that looks pretty good. So we'll move on from there. Next thing is I'm gonna go ahead and pull the engine out. I'm gonna set it on the workbench, flip it upside down, pull the rod main caps, get a look at the bearings, see what it looks like, and we'll go from there. But it took a little longer than I wanted. I got a call from I call him a friend, but man, I really question that. Anyways, he's 2 years older than me. I've known him since I was 5 years old. We were in kindergarten together. We've known each other forever. He doesn't live far from me. Anyhow, he's the type of guy, and I'm sure a lot of you guys out here have the same type of friend, at least one of them. He wants to make his problems your problems. He's that guy that's always broke, but always has money to go on vacation, take trips, and buy nonsense. He's always out. He has I don't know how many vacations he's taken in the last year, probably at least 4. And I don't mean like weekends. I mean like take a week to go out to Vegas, take another week and go to Arizona. He took another week and went somewhere up in upstate New York in wine country and some wine tasting thing that I have no interest in that stuff, but whatever. He always has money for this, but always calls broke. So he cried on his mom's shoulder when she went to go get a new car and told her that she should just give him her old car. So she did. Again, he's like 47 years old. I think he's 2 years older than I am, 2-3 years. Anyways, so she gave him the car, and it sat a while. It's got like 60,000 miles on it. It's a really nice car. Instead of trading it in, so she lost $12,000 on trade, so she gave it to him. It needed a water pump from the day he got it. Now, he's had that thing for almost a year, and I kept telling him, you need to get a water pump in that. You're gonna, it's gonna leave you stranded. It's gonna overheat. You're gonna cook the motor, whatever. Well, you know where I'm going with this. I just got a phone call. He kept putting water in it. It's been months, and I mean, we're talking probably 9-10 months now. He's just been putting water in it, even over the winter. And we're in Northeast Ohio, so things freeze. So anyways, it shut off on him. He overheated it. It won't even crank. So obviously the motor's locked up, I would assume. But I just got the call for him to come and get me, and it's just irritating to me. I don't understand. He could have taken 2.5-3 hours 9 months ago, put a water pump in it, but now it's going to be my 2.5-3 hours, and my probably $40 in diesel fuel to go pick him up. And then it's going to turn into, hey buddy, why don't you, put that water pump in for me, and it's not going to matter. The motor ain't going to be any good anyways. But, you always cringe when you get a phone call that starts out, hey buddy. Certain body parts start to pucker. That's all I can say. But anyways, I don't know if I'm going to go get him. He's old enough. He needs to stand on his own. If I don't go get him, he'll figure something out. Maybe, just maybe, he'll stand up and be a man and take care of himself for once. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm just a little upset about it. I'm tired. That's just it. I'm so far behind. I got so much to do. I'm just tired, and I don't have time to screw around with people who could have, taken care of things. This is a self-inflicted problem. This could have been taken care of so easy. If he needs an engine, it's going to be $1,200. So sometimes you just gotta. You can't help people who won't help themselves. My dad used to have a saying. It was, if you eat the shit sandwich, they'll make it your regular diet. And I'm going to tell you what, man, I'm not eating the shit sandwich. So he might be sitting there. I don't know if I'm going to go get him or not. If I do, I'll bring you along. But I think it's time for him. I've done enough over the years. I think I'm done. So anyways, I'm done with this. I'm gonna get off here for now, and like I said, give me a couple days, I'll get off the bench and I'll bring you along. So sorry about the rant, but just a little upset. So we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.